What is up, my frosty brethren? My name is Arctic, and today I'm bringing you guys some Overwatch gameplay. Some exciting news that Blizzard recently announced, also mixed with some, I don't know, kind of open-ended news about microtransactions. So we're going to talk about the good news first, and then we're going to talk about the microtransaction stuff second. They both kind of are intertwined because they are related to essentially microtransactions. But the good news that we got was that characters going forward, this is after the initial release of the game, characters and maps will be 100% free. Now, this was a point of contention for a lot of folks because characters are basically the essence of what is going to make this game what it is, and a lot of folks were really concerned about the ability to swap in, swap out characters on the fly, and then people having purchased a character that no one else has, and you can't access that, or you don't have the money or whatever to buy a character to kind of combat that one. Not necessarily the same as MOBAs in that typically MOBAs have this, it's a free-to-play structure, but MOBA structure allows you to lock into a character. There's not this consistent flipping around of character, and most of the time there are roles set. So it's similar, but at the same time it's not, because of how Blizzard has decided to structure the game and not locking characters. So there was a lot of concern about that, and I think from what I've been able to see, there's been a lot of positive reception about the characters being free going forward. Now, maps is something that I also think is really good. One of the things I always hate, and I've mentioned this time and time again in some of my videos, is I can't stand that $15 DLC structure for shooter games where they pack 3 maps, they cost $15, then they segment the community that there's like a different playlist where only the new maps are played, and then you have this disparity between population because one group has the DLC, the other group doesn't, and all it does is split up the player population. Blizzard recognizes that, all maps are free, that's awesome. Now, where things get a little confusing for me is that they're undecided on their microtransactions. On one hand, we do know that with the Origins pack, or whatever it is, Origins purchasable pack that they have for the game, there's going to be 5 characters that have different skins. So cosmetic skins are definitely something that I think they have on their table as microtransactions. Being a first-person game, I don't necessarily know if that's really something you care about. One thing that they did not mention is weapon skins. So weapon skins is something that makes sense for this game I think quite obviously, because it's first person, so you're going to be staring at the hand and the gun for each character. So having new weapon skins is definitely something that I think a lot of folks are interested in. And if it's structured anything like Counter-Strike with with the loot, basically the keys, all that stuff, then I think that they could find some formula for success doing that. There is also a question about like game modes, and this one is kind of murky to me. Maps right now are tied to game modes, but they didn't explicitly state that that is necessarily the case. So in a weird scenario, and this is at the bottom of my list of possibilities, there could be a case where they do actually segment population and try to monetize game modes. This is not a popular practice, so I don't see them doing that. Just doesn't make sense, but that is something that could be a possibility. There's also esports stuff, and maybe paid tournaments or whatever if they decide to do that. That seems like such a small percentage of folks that would actually be willing to do that relative to the entire game populations. I don't think that's lucrative business, so it doesn't quite make sense. But they could tie esports skins, if they decide to take that route, to weapons or whatever, and then put some type of a focus on it in that way instead of doing like paid tournaments or something like that. So those are a couple of different things that I've kind of been kind of racking my brain about in terms of how they plan on doing microtransactions for this game, since it doesn't seem very clear and they don't have a really good idea of what they're going to monetize either. So I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say about monetization in Overwatch. I'm very curious because they actually don't really know yet either. So this is certainly something that I think that a lot of folks at Blizzard are going to be thinking about Overwatch has been basically pretty well received, minus some of the folks getting upset about how they've rolled out the beta access and stuff like that. But for the most part, it seems like a lot of people are enjoying the game. I'm really enjoying the game, and I'm looking forward to next year when it comes out. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you've not already. And until the next time, folks, I will catch you all later. Stay frosty. If you like this video, you should probably click on the one down below. That'll take you to another video. You may like it. A little bit about me. I'm a former pro player. I play PC and console, mostly shooters. I also have a gaming podcast. I do tips and tactics, live gameplays. Check out my Twitch. Also, I work in the industry. Why are you not subscribed?